Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I look like a hot mess today, but it's been a good day so far. While I have some free time, I want to share some things regarding sidereal astrology, and I wanted to look at some of these world leaders and their Cancer activations, which brings in possible assassination attempts depending on where it falls on the chart. So I pulled up a few leaders who I felt like could possibly fall under this category, and they do. Some of them do, actually. So we're going to look at Zelenskyy, Putin, and Trump. So for Zelenskyy, what I noticed is that he's in a very dangerous time period, but especially from July 14th until August 12th of 2026, very dangerous time. It's a very dangerous window for Zelenskyy. And what I see with him is not hiding out in a bunker or in Ukraine, really. This is traveling. This is going to be connected to something traveling, whether he's leaving one destination, going to the other, vice versa. I don't know. But it feels to be connected to Europe, of course. That's where he is most of the time. And he's leaving one place and going to another place. And this is going to be shocking if it happens. And it may be something they catch before it is a full, what I call a full intuitive prediction. I think they could probably catch it because, you know, Zelenskyy does have heavy security. Now, I see a possible assassination attempt using his travel, meaning not him, like what we see with Trump or other world leaders who are catching bullets. This guy would actually be traveling. Yeah, he'd be traveling. So again, July 14th through August 12th, I have down for him. Those times, that window of opportunity, if you are traveling, I'd be very cautious. You know, I don't wish no harm to anyone, even these shitty world leaders. Sometimes I wish they would just leave power, but to wish death on someone, that doesn't do me any justice coming on here making videos, because I am very spiritual and I don't want no one to die. That's up to the divine when they want to take a person out, not up to me. So that's the time frame I have for him. Then we're moving on to Putin, Vladimir Putin. I see Putin staying in power. Somebody asked me, and I'm sure I'm going to catch hell for that. But if you want me to be honest, I'm going to be honest. I don't see him going anywhere. In fact, I see him through 2030, 31. But he also has danger around him. And his danger is very similar to Zelenskyy's, but it's more inner circle versus Zelenskyy's is inner and outer energies there. Putin, I see more as he's going to become more isolated. And I've been saying that. There's going to be some type of security breach for him. It feels to be a threat. And it's going to cause some type of purge due to hidden internal threat. And I have July, the whole month of July and the whole month of August. I think we're going to hear about someone being arrested, or there's going to be a purge in his security team. But in my past predictions for Putin, and I'm going to share this, I have always been shown an older man, possibly a farmer or someone. He's on a dirt road and he doesn't seem to be in Moscow, but he's walking down this dirt road near farms, like a farmhouse, and he has a backpack on and he's a local. He has a gun concealed and he walks to, it's a long walk, but he walks to where he knows Putin is going to be outdoors at some point. And I've always been shown a possible outdoor assassination by this man who feels to be like in his late 40s or 50s, older guy. And I'm wondering, and I hope I'm wrong, but I mean, I'm just sharing it. All those kids, they died a few days ago and they're still digging up bodies. I mean, he could be connected to a victim. I don't know, but that's just something I want to share. But I really think it's going to be security threat. It's going to be within his internal circle, and there's going to be shifts and shuffles, and it's going to be a whole new team of security, and it's going to cause a purge. But we may learn of someone trying to harm him in the security sector of his, in the Kremlin, somewhere down there. Okay, and then for some reason, I want to mention this really quick. We have Poland. I was getting that Poland will become a major NATO flashpoint. And then the areas I have Lublin and, interestingly, Warsaw. I don't know why that came in, but I'm also getting something with Putin getting on the phone. This is really weird. I see Putin picking up his phone in his office, his marble top table. I see him picking up the phone and he's calling Trump, right? He's calling President Trump and he's saying, you know what? You need to talk to Europe and tell them to back the fuck off. Pardon my French, but that's what I'm hearing, you know. Meaning NATO needs to back off a little bit. Stop pushing these drones through NATO countries to hit Moscow. And we may see that tapering a little bit. I do see Trump getting involved in that, but I don't know to what extent, because he's good friends with the leader of Poland. But I don't think it's going to be about who's friends with who. It's about the dangers. And yeah, now we're going to go into Trump. Speaking of him, I see a very strong potential assassination attempt on Trump. Not something that's going to happen near the White House or someone trying to pass security, not like that. This feels to be connected to a rally or public event. It's very weird because I kept getting something with the very first time Trump was doing a rally and he was shot on the left side of his ear, like the bullet skimmed through. This feels similar to what I think could happen again, possibly. And then they showed me Charlie Kirk, that assassination where the guy was on the roof and the long rifle with the scope. So there could be a weapon involved that does have a scope on it. This could be somebody who's on a building or hiding in plain sight that's doing this, and it will be connected to some type of public event. It won't be, I don't get the White House. It's going to be outdoors, wherever this is. And it's going to be connected to a public event. And I think the person that does it could be in his 20s or 30s. There's definitely a weapon breach with this one. And it's going to be, I don't necessarily get a passing or a death with this. It feels more to be another skim, very close call. Very close calls. What I'm getting is very serious. June 18th through August 12th is the time frame for his sidereal cancer activation, but they keep taking me to July. I'm being shown July 27th, July 28th, July 29th needs to be accounted for. No, I just get these things when I look at these charts. I don't know. But out of all three, I would say Trump is in the my top number one for possibly having something happen. Again, I don't see it being successful, but I do think it's going to be a very, very close call. It's going to be a very close call, and they will catch the person, obviously, but he needs to be very careful. His children need to be careful, you know, especially his sons. I talked about his two older sons in a video several months ago, and then I learned of Ivanka, which I think that's still connected closer to home, but I don't want to, you know, talk about that too much. But yeah, these are my predictions regarding sidereal cancer activations and assassination attempts. It's not something I really want to look at, but we need to talk about it. So we have Zelenskyy, Putin, Trump. Number one for Trump, I think Zelenskyy would be my number two, and then Putin number three. And then of course, there's all kinds of other leaders that could have these transits in their charts. So we could learn of a possible assassination attempt on a world leader between the mid part of June until August. Mid part of August. I hope I'm wrong though.